Selling workshops can be a great way to make money, but how do you do it if nobody knows who you are or what you do? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. Just to give you a little bit of background, I've sold workshops for tens of thousands of pounds and sold groups of workshops as part of wider programs for hundreds of thousands of pounds to companies before. So I know a thing or two about how to do it, and there are 4 main points that I want to talk about that I think are important for you to know to help you sell your own workshops. So the first point is you've probably tried already just posting a workshop on social media, and what tends to happen is tumbleweed. If you just post about it on LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook, you don't tend to get that kind of flood of people coming towards you saying, oh yeah, I want to buy tickets for your workshop. It's not really how it works. What I found is that it's actually way better if what you do is you directly message people one-to-one. That's the greatest way to actually market your workshops, by letting people know individually and inviting them individually. Because if you just post it spray and pray style, it's not going to work. The second point is really important, because if nobody knows who you are, you need to start letting people know who you are and what you do. And the best way to do that is through making videos about the types of topics that you want to deliver workshops on and sell workshops about. Now, it's not that kind of random people are going to see it and then go, oh, I need to do that workshop. That could happen. But more likely what you do is you create those videos, and then people you know start understanding what you do better. Because I bet lots of people, when you talk about, oh, I do this workshop on this topic, they go, oh yeah, it makes sense. But they haven't got a clue what you're talking about. They have to experience it a little bit, or experience something in relation to what you're doing to understand it better. And so that's why videos are really important, because then you can create a video about a topic that you want to deliver a workshop on, and then people can go, I get it now. And my recommendation is, in those videos, you want to put in everything you know for free. Your best secrets, put them in the video, because then people can go, I could go and do that myself. But more often than not, they go, could do this myself. It's going to be easier if I pay this person to help me with it by attending their workshop. That's a really good thing to do. So that's why videos can be so powerful. And even on top of that, some advice that I'd give you is that you can take those videos and then forward them on to people that you'd like to come to your workshops, because then by directly sending it to them, they understand what it's about. It makes it much easier to sell them a ticket to the workshop. My third point is thinking about B2B versus B2C, so business to business versus business to consumer. I find it's a lot easier to sell a workshop to one person in a company rather than trying to sell your workshop to lots of individuals, because you need to sell every single ticket when you sell it to individuals, whereas when you're selling it to a business, you only need to sell it once to one person, and then they get everybody to come to your session. So in the beginning, if nobody knows who you are, it can be a lot easier to kind of pinpoint that one person who can make that decision in a company, sell it to them, and then you're in, and then you can make your money. And often you can charge more. I find that when you're selling to individuals, you can't sell it for as higher a price per person, whereas you can sell it a lot more to a company. My fourth point is something that I know a lot of people disagree with, but I found it incredibly helpful for me to help grow my reputation and actually get more clients, and that is doing workshops for free. Especially in the beginning, if nobody knows who you are, it's good to do it. One, to be flexing your workshop delivery muscle. That's why it's good to do it anyway. And the other one is that you might do it for free in the beginning, but then people might go, oh, that was fantastic, and ask you to do it again, and then you can kind of get paid for it. In terms of pricing, I find it's really important to make sure that you say, look, this is the price of the workshop, or a seat on the workshop, but I'm going to be doing it in this case for free, or maybe at a lower price. But it's really important that you let people know what the standard price is, so that if they ask you to deliver it again, they know that's what it's going to be if you want it again. In terms of pricing, always ask your client, if you're selling to a company especially, what their budget is, because otherwise you could massively underprice your workshop based off of what the company was expecting to pay. So they won't always tell you what their budget is, but always ask. If they say they haven't got a specific budget in mind, then that's fine, then you can propose something. But always ask first, because you might be thinking, I can sell this workshop for £500, but they might have a £4,000 budget, in which case you would have massively underpriced yourself. So always ask yourself, what's your budget? And It helps you kind of understand if the client that you're wanting to work with is kind of a time waster or not. Because if they say, oh, we haven't got any money, then you know because you've asked early on. So always ask, have you got a budget? In the beginning, it's really important for you to take any opportunity to deliver a workshop so that you can get more experience, but also you can use it as a building block to get to the next client and then the next client and then the next client. Because as you do it, you can go with bigger and bigger brands and then bigger opportunities will come to you. So don't be afraid to, as I say, do free workshops in the beginning and then also grow and try and work with bigger and bigger brands as you get more experience. Okay, so let me summarize my 4 main points to help you sell workshops. Point 1 is don't just try spray and pray, just posting everywhere on social media, on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, all those places. Instead, do direct one-to-one messages. That's going to help you connect with people better, and you're much more likely to be successful doing it that way. Point 2 is make videos about the types of topics that you want to run workshops on so people know what you're talking about, they get a better understanding of it, and it makes it easier for them to buy from you. Tip 3 is focus in the beginning, I'd suggest, on B2B. Try and work with companies, sell to one person rather than trying to sell to individuals because you have to sell so many more tickets that way. And tip 4, offer your workshops for free in the beginning, but let people know what the actual price is. And make sure you always ask for the client's budget before you say what the price is so you don't massively underprice your workshops. So those are my tips for how to sell workshops. But I'm sure you've tried selling workshops yourself already if you're watching this video. I'd be really interested to know what's worked well for you in the past and what's worked not so well. Could you share in the comments something, some advice, some tips that you've got? Because I'm trying to build a bit of community here. We can all help each other and learn from one another. That's it for this video. I'd love to see you and your beautiful face in the next one. So please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you later.